Welcome back to the channel. Our caster is the most important mod for your crazy cart. Today we're gonna find out why.
Oh my God!
The dynamic between the two casters that we just showed is actually amplified at the higher speed you ride at. So if we were going even faster, you would notice this even greater.
Coming in too high. Yeah!
The upgraded casters that we offer full rebuildability and a long-lasting orangutan wheel.
The Crazy Cart caster can be one of the most debated mods in the Crazy Cart world. So today we're gonna go over from stock caster all the way to our new heavy duty wide casters and find out what the differences are between handling, speed, durability, and rebuildability.
Oh my God, that was terrifying.
So the caster gives the crazy cart the ability to swivel the rear end. Drifting wouldn't be possible if we didn't have a caster that swivels 360 degrees, just like a shopping cart. So the moment the drift bar is down, the caster is cocked at an angle, stopping it from spinning. And then the moment you start to lift it, you now put that caster in a perpendicular angle that allows it to spin freely 360 degrees. So without a caster on a crazy cart, it's basically just a go-kart if you just had regular wheels. The caster is the most important thing for the feeling of riding the crazy cart in sideways momentum.
That brings the next point of contact patch. The bar's all the way down. I wasn't making that. Coming through here, I was good. I cut the line really hard, and then I went to transition, and then the momentum, I already was going straight.
Yeah. He said it while we were riding. He's like, I'm riding with the bar completely down right now. Because the casters are already swiveled, even with the bar down. So at that point, he has no control. So the moment he goes to transition, the bar's still down, and there's nothing you can do. So at that point, I was a full bar, and then I push the bar down and I go into the turn versus he said it right here. He goes, I'm driving with the bar down.
I was bar down through there, bar down through here. We threw the backy, and then I had no more
there's no control with the bar down the whole time.
So as you have this caster lean back with this little wheel on here, you have less surface area. So the cart will still want to track sideways despite pulling the drift bar. With the wide caster and the large wheel on the back, it is doing that same tracking straight. What it also allows you when you are sideways and you're using the drift bar and changing that angle, it allows you to have a precise input to allow you to put the cart where you want.
Yeah, shown here, just like how Nick did, if I try to push it sideways, it doesn't want to rotate without lifting the bar somewhat. You see that, how the bar starts to lift? So basically when your weight's here, the casters won't start to guide themselves in your momentum direction. It gives you a much more dynamic control, like he's saying, where when you want to push the bar down and straighten your cart up, it immediately straightens the cart up.
There's a wide array of caster options, starting from the stock caster that comes with the white wheel, very low durability, especially with weight and speed. Then you move up to the skate wheel, which fits in the stock caster, so it's something that you can use from your stock crazy cart. You just pop the wheel in, it's more durable, a little bit longevity, a little rougher. Then you get to the hockey puck mod, which is the black wheels. Those have a bit better durability, less traction, less contact patch. And then you get to the starter caster, which is using that yellow orangutan wheel. However, the downside of that is the caster is not rebuildable, but uses that yellow orangutan wheel you guys see in all of our videos. And then newly introducing our new V2 wide caster, which is now a more robust, thicker caster body, dual bearing, rebuildable, don't have to send them into us to rebuild them, and overall a stronger product. What's new about the caster?
The 5-star caster is made out of 3/16 thick stainless steel, 304 series stainless, and the cup that retains the dual radial bearings that we have is CNC'd here in America. The kingpin is also CNC'd and then zinc plated yellow. There's a CNC'd spacer between both radial bearings, and then we use all grade 10 hardware to lock those all together and keep them nice and tight. They're easily rebuildable with a set of snap ring pliers. We'll be selling a kit for you to rebuild them yourself at home. It's 2 radial bearings per caster, and it's super simple. Really takes no other tools other than the snap ring pliers and a little bit of a hammer action to tap the old bearings out. But beyond that, it's as easy as it gets to do at home by yourself.
Previously with our other casters, we had made fail points to save parts on the cart. The new caster is so strong and so robust, it's going to break other things before it breaks the caster.
Like, what was the first time you guys upgraded your caster?
I remember I got this video from Nick when he worked at TR3 back in the day, and it was a video of him ripping these casters when we first did our upgraded caster mod, and then Nick is just putting the bar down rapidly, and I just remember seeing the bottom of his cart because he flipped himself because he didn't realize what effect the wide casters had, which was that braking effect, and it immediately wants to straighten up the cart, and the moment you push it down, if you're not ready for that, it tends to tip, and obviously we don't ride with pegs. Yeah. So at that moment, he sent me a message and he was like, dude, it breaks the cart. And we were going pretty fast at the time, probably 20 or something. And for us back then, it was like the bee's knees. We really thought,
like
holy cow.
Speed.
Yeah, this is gonna make a huge difference for when we ride at night, and we're not gonna be flying off course even when we're pushing the bar down. We've got a stage 4 taxi garage cart, 900 watt, 48 volt with our 5-star casters. And over here you have this stage 1, 36 volt with OE stock Razor casters.
So this is essentially a stock cart with our 36 volt battery upgrade that you can bolt onto any of the V5 Plus chassis. And we're trying just to show and compare the two. One fun test that we'll do a little bit later is that we're gonna take stock casters and put it on this fast cart, because that's really where it starts to shine, on the controllability.
Yeah, that's when it starts to become really dangerous, because when you get the fast high-end speeds, when you have stock casters on the rear, it just becomes absolutely uncontrollable.
Yes, we've got stage 1, stock casters, these are the white wheels, and this is test 1. I'm gonna drive through it without using the drift bar.
Now we're gonna do the same slalom test, but using the drift bar.
There's no control. So the one thing on the stock caster is when you go and drop the bar, it will continue just swiveling the caster, where the other cart with the wide wheel technically grip up, the cart will try to go straight and your momentum will go that way. All right, so this one we're gonna start no drift bar usage. I'm gonna make this U-turn, but showing how the caster swivels without me wanting it to.
Now I'm gonna do the U-turn with no drift bar. So this test, we have a wall of cones set up, and we're going to be drifting with the bar up towards that wall, and we're going to put the bar down to try to get ourselves away from the cones without hitting them. Bar was down.
Bar was down, and it just continues to rotate.
Yeah. So the dynamic between the two casters that we just showed is actually amplified at the higher speed you ride at. So if we were going even faster, you would notice this even greater. Clearly here, you've seen the differences, and obviously if you're riding at 20 miles per hour plus, the wide casters make all the difference in confidence riding through the trails.
Alrighty, so we've made it. We're at this park, we shred before. It's really sick actually, but we are gonna do these comparisons like we were saying. So this is the stage 4, stock casters, stock wheels. Stage 5, 5-star casters. Oh gosh! Oh god!
What if you guys switch carts right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna die.
Oh my God, that was terrifying. That was terrifying. All I could see was that garbage can, and there was nowhere else I was gonna go. I had to put my foot down.
Yeah.
That was terrifying. The transition, it won't do it. Holy, that was actually legit scared me. My heart is kind of racing right now.
bars down. Ah!
I'd say the biggest difference is on transition now, because I go to transition and the cart just wants to continue with where I threw all that momentum, and immediately I start panicking and kind of doubting where I'm actually going to end up. When I came back around here, all I could see was my momentum into that trash can. I put my foot down and got wobbly. Here, the transition here, I thought I was going into the grass, and then I like straightened up and saved it. So we didn't die because we know how to ride, but at the same time, it instills no confidence.
I saw that coming from a mile away.
I thought you were going in right into Mr.
There was no way for him to scrub speed.
I was bars down, I was backying, but I guess it actually does have a factor of the caster also scrubbing some with it all the way down.
God damn it. Epic tandem ability, matching ride, amazing controllability.
Yeah, I feel like they're definitely, since the caster is smoother, you feel it, it like translates into the drift bar. So that's nice.
Yeah, you'll see in the ride clips that we just took that Nick and I are just going back and forth, like swiping the turns and just nailing them exactly how we want to be on angle, and full confidence on transition now, you see, and it's just night and day.
We made the backy where I flew off the track, and originally I said the backy wasn't so much of a thing of the casters until I tried to do that, and just the tire dragging didn't slow me down enough from what I was gauging.
Yeah.
And we were going nearly the same speed. Obviously we don't have a speed gun, but I felt like we were going nearly the same speed to make that one. You even said we were going too fast, and then we make it.
Yeah.
But to me that proved, because I was also down on the bar in the backy, so you're using the wheels to scrub while you're on throttle in the backy.
Yeah.
Which the stock caster did not allow me to do. So I find that is another interesting thing that I really didn't process or understand until now doing this test.